They said she was just an old woman, forgotten by time, hidden on a lonely hill where no one dared to go. But when the rain stopped, when the river dried into cracked earth, when even the strongest men began to fear hunger, suddenly, everyone remembered her name. They remembered the day the village began to die. The sun burned hotter than ever before. The soil split open like it was crying for mercy. Their crops withered. Their animals grew weak, and the children stopped laughing. Every morning, they would gather at the empty well, staring into its dry belly as if water might magically return. But it never did. That was when a small voice spoke. "Hey boy," he said, "there is an old woman on the hill. My grandmother told me she can call the rain." At first, they laughed. But hunger has a way of silencing doubt. So the next morning, they climbed the hill. Step by step, under the burning sun, until they reached her hut. And there she was. Old, quiet, watching them as if she already knew why they had come. She didn't smile. She didn't welcome them. She simply asked, "Why have you disturbed my peace?" Their chief stepped forward, his voice heavy with desperation. "Our land is dying, we beg you, bring us rain." She looked at them for a long moment, then shook her head. "Rain is not a gift I give freely, it listens only to those who respect the earth." At that moment, hope began to fade. Until the boy stepped forward again. "Please, the children are thirsty." Something changed in her eyes. She studied him, then slowly said, "If you want rain, you must prove it." They leaned closer. "Plant 10 trees before sunset, and promise never to waste what the sky gives you." 10 trees. In soil that could barely hold life. It sounded impossible. But what choice did they have? So they dug. With bare hands, with broken tools, under a merciless sun, they dug into the stubborn earth. Some of them wanted to give up. Some cursed the task. But the boy, he kept going. And somehow, they all followed. By the time the sun began to fall, 10 small trees stood in the ground. Fragile, but alive. They turned to her. She stepped forward, lifted her staff, and raised it to the sky. And then, everything changed. The wind began to whisper. The sky darkened. Clouds gathered from nowhere, thick and heavy. As if summoned by her very breath. Thunder cracked across the heavens. And then, rain. At first, just a drop. Then another. And then the sky opened. Rain poured down like it had been waiting for that moment, like it had been watching them all along. The villagers shouted. Some cried. Children danced in the mud, laughing as life returned to the earth. And in the middle of it all, the old woman stood quietly. Smiling. They asked her. "Was it you? Did you bring the rain?" She looked at them, and shook her head. "No," she said softly. "The rain does not belong to me." She pointed to the trees they planted. "It belongs to those who care for the earth." And in that moment, they understood. The old woman didn't control the rain. She only reminded them how to deserve it. Thank you for watching. Please show some love by hitting the like button, subscribe to join our growing family, and turn on your notifications so you never miss the next story. To all my returning subscribers, your love keeps this channel glowing, and to all my new subscribers, I welcome you to a safe place for interesting African stories. I will see you in my next story. Bye for now.